I'm over my food poisoning.
Congratulations on getting over your food poisoning.
Thank you.
Do you know what gave it to you?
I think old mashed potatoes.
Can potatoes give you food poisoning?
Well, I think if they're out for a long time and they're old.
Did you make them? Damn, it be your own people. It was you.
It was me.
The call came from inside the house.
It was me the whole time.
Welcome to the room, Purse Fires. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube page. This is Only Child. I am here with hilarious, brilliant comedian. How do you feel about the term comedienne?
I like it. It's very Ruth Buzzy.
Yeah, it's vintage, right? It's like I feel like what's her name? Phyllis Diller was a comedian.
Very Phyllis Diller. It's very like Edie Gourmet. You know,
Right?
it's like a laughing kind of thing. I mean, I like it. I think it's funny.
Would you ever call yourself a comedian?
Yeah. Yeah, then I would need to wear like a rhinestone bow tie.
Yes,
and,
yes.
elbow length gloves.
Well, you had a burlesque era.
Yes, I did have a burlesque era, and I do love like a kind of a rhinestone haberdasher.
Yes.
Like a rhinestone top hat like you wore.
Oh, yeah. You've well, I was wearing a bowler.
Rhinestone bowler.
You've low-key had a lot of, okay, not low-key, you're kind of a fashion icon.
I do love fashion.
But I feel like you don't get the credit as a fashion icon. I feel like comedians never get the label of like super fashionable.
Well, we're just we go sort of under the radar a little bit, but I have a really deep appreciation for fashion.
And I feel like every time I've done a gig with you, especially if it's like a gig at somewhere like when we did the Greek together for which we should dish about that night.
Oh yeah, it was so long that
because
night.
That night we'll get into that night. Me and Margaret were part of a show called Stand Out, which was a queer comedy show with like, I don't want to exaggerate, on the lower end 30.
It was more than that.
It had to be probably almost 50 comedians.
At least. And everybody was great. I mean, the greatness of getting everybody together in one place, that was really beautiful. And it was also wonderful to see everyone because we never get to see each other.
And you wearing like a leather?
I had on, a Rick Owens dress.
Yes.
Which had a big hole in the side. So on the outside, I had a vintage Burberry trench.
It was so fucking good.
Thank you. Olive leather vintage Burberry trench. It was really good.
I'm going to ask you something.
Yes.
And if it's offensive, please tell me.
Yes.
I was talking to someone today. I was today years old when I found out that Bjork is not Asian.
I know she looks Asian, doesn't she?
Did anyone else think Bjork was Asian?
He knows Bjork.
You know Bjork?
He was her
Did
stylist.
you think she was Asian?
Well, all the people that you go, after a certain latitude, everybody starts to, you cross the international Bjork line, and everybody starts to look very Asian and very also, she just has like I don't know, it to me it reads more not Icelandic. It reads more Asian than Icelandic.
So my friend said they ran into Bjork, and I was like, oh, it occurred to me that I'm talking to Bjork, and I was like, well, how many Asian people are in Iceland? Like, I feel like you would, and then
there's a few.
And then he was like, Bjork is not Asian, and I was literally blown out of the water.
I think she looks very Asian.
Okay, here's a question: Was there ever a moment in your life where you thought Mariah Carey was white?
No. No.
She's obviously black, right?
To me, she's very black.
Thank you. Mariah Carey is obviously black, and I have had friends, always white people, who who like Mariah Carey's black, and I'm like, why would Mariah Carey be? Did you think she was white? We got. Okay, just so y'all know, in the studio we have 2 black people, 2 white people, 1 Asian person, and a Mexican Chihuahua. So I'm asking the black guy, did you think Mariah Carey was white? Australia, did you think she was white? Okay. Well, no one in this room. But there are people who have thought that she was white.
Yeah, that's weird. Why would you think that she's obviously black?
She is. She looks black. Yeah. She sounds black. Yeah. She is black.
Yeah.
I don't know what about Mariah. I mean, she has blonde hair.
But a lot of black people have blonde hair.
This is true. I mean, it's not her natural hair.
Well.
Yeah. So can I dish some tea about that night that I might get in trouble for?
Yeah.
Netflix, if you're watching this, tune out. So you remember I was hosting.
Mhm.
I wasn't hosting. I was MCing.
Uh-huh.
I was MCing.
Mhm.
So I was booked to be like a regular guest, like just like everyone else, just do a spot, just like everyone else. And then I got a call, like maybe like a week after I got the booking, being like, "How do you feel about MCing? It will give you more money." I was like, "Okay, that sounds great." I mean, I loved MCing, and only thing is when you're MCing or hosting, you don't really get to do the hang
Right.
because you're just constantly going back on stage.
Yeah.
You're waiting in the wings. And it's so many iconic queer comedians. I'm like, I wanna be backstage with people that I know, that I can meet.
Yeah.
But it's fine. This is a great opportunity. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
This is a huge opportunity for me. And then I have a theory because the host was Billy Eichner,
Okay.
but Billy Eichner's not a stand-up comedian.
Mm-hmm.
So my theory is that when Billy, somewhere in the mix, they were like, "Oh my God, I don't think Billy can host this show."
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up MCing. He hosted. And as someone like, what's the difference between MCing and hosting? And I would say a couple of commas in your paycheck because the host, I think the host got paid a little more than, than I got paid.
Wow. What a long event, too. I mean, you're just like there for, it was really intense. I mean, because there was just so many people. But I think they just wanted to fit the history of who we are. And that's beautiful.
For sure. But by the end, Wanda Sykes came out and did 2 minutes. Like, everyone went so long that Wanda Sykes, who's one of my favorite comedians, she came out and literally did 2 minutes of comedy.
Yeah.
And somehow crushed it in 2 minutes.
Of course. Always.
How are you that funny in 2 minutes?
She's just a genius, you know, and I mean, it's too bad, but she also did that because she's the producer. So she, you know, it was her event, really. So she was just like, you know, I want to let everybody have their turn. And everybody was going long because the audience was so great.
Yeah, it was a good audience. But because I was sitting in the wings and we were like, I was like with the producers, like what can we cut from my bits? And then I was seeing the teleprompter, because teleprompter would usually be like, the host would say something or the MC would say something, and then it would just say 15 minutes. And then it would say wrap up, and then you would go to the next one. They started editing it. It started saying wrap up, and then it would say, please leave soon. And then it was like, and they made it huge. It was like, I can't remember who it was. I took a picture of it. It was like, get off the stage. It was like, get off. How do you feel about comedians going over? Do you have a reputation for going over?
I don't, because I always try to get out early.
I will say but you show up early.
I show up early. I get out early.
If you show up early, first of all, people are like, if the comedian leaves early, no one cares. You did your set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you've been doing comedy for how long now?
43 years. Long time. Yeah.
40. And you're 56.
Yeah.
So how old were you? I can't do math.
I was 14.
You did comedy at 14?
Yeah.
Where?
At school, I had a comedy partner. Which is Sam Rockwell. Who's an Academy Award-winning actor now. Then we broke up as partners, and then we became separate entities.
Do we like him?
I love him.
Oh, we love him. We love him.
He's great, but he's not a comedian anymore.
Got it.
So.
And so now he's an actor.
He's an actor.
Yeah.
He gave it up.
That was when it was at school?
It was at school.
Where are you from?
I'm from San Francisco.
San Francisco. The Bay Area makes some real artists.
Yeah.
Like, the Bay is like, I don't want to start a turf war or anything, but those of you who moved to Brooklyn, what y'all think y'all are doing in Brooklyn is what they're actually doing in San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco's amazing.
They're real freaks in San Francisco.
Yeah, truly.
Like, like, Brooklyn's like, I moved from Ohio, and now I'm like, kind of, like, here's a theory I have. I was talking to Monet about this. Piss is the beginning of kink.
Oh, yeah. It's barely even a kink.
Literally, like, if you think because you're getting pissed on or because you're pissing on someone, you're super kinky,
no,
they would laugh you out of Folsom.
Pissing is nothing.
Yeah.
Pissing is nothing.
And I would say, honestly, sting isn't even that big of a deal.
Sting is just like, it's not even a big deal. There's no big deals, really. Especially
not in pissing. Y'all, pissing is literally like kink 101.
Pissing is, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion about pissing in terms of, like, I don't find it a turn on, but I also don't find it a taboo.
Have you ever pissed on anyone?
Yeah, a lot.
I feel like can we talk about vaginal pissing?
Yeah.
I feel like you have to squat.
Yeah, but you
otherwise it's gonna go down your leg.
It dribbles, or you can use a funnel.
Oh,
I pissed on somebody with a funnel.
Is this something like you learned or you innovated?
No. I mean, it was just practical because if you're just pissing as a woman, it just splatters and like just dribbles. So if you want to direct it, I have a specific funnel for that, so you can piss right in their mouth.
What kind of like what color is it?
Blue. I should get a black one.
Is it like the one you would have like in the kitchen?
Camping. No, it's not like one that you have to like move olive oil. It's one that you need. You need like an athletic cup, kind of, to because it needs to be formed in the shape of the vagina. Mine is like blue.
That doesn't feel sexy. I feel like it's sexy if it's like if you can like cover it in leather.
It should be black,
You're
or
right.
it should be like it's just real camping right now because I think it is for camping.
Yeah.
But I didn't go to the store to get a special one because I don't care that much.
This
about
is true,
it.
yeah, because you're not invested in it.
I don't have a turn on for it. If I was interested in it, if it turned me on, then I would definitely get like a black urinal thing.
Yeah, for sure. I've never been pissed on. I had an ex say that he wanted to piss on me, and I was down, but it was during the lockdown, and I was in New York, and he was in L.A., and then by the time I made it over, he was just over it. He was like, I'm good on pissing on you. But I was like, I was ready.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's just another thing that people do. People just do it. I don't like it when straight people do it. That freaks me out. Like there was a guy that was super into it, and he is a famous actor. And I'm not going to say.
We're not going to say, but we'll name a movie he was in. I'm kidding.
He wanted to piss on women. But he always did it in bed. And I was like, that's a mess. You're going to get the bed soaking wet. Like, it's a mess.
Would you let Armie Hammer nibble on your ear?
Sure. I mean, I also don't think cannibalism is like that big of a deal either. Like, it's kind of like, whatever.
What?
I'm really open-minded.
No, you are. And listen, y'all, there is no kink shaming here. Unless your kink is kink shaming, then by all means, please.
That's kind of hot though. I mean, if your kink shaming is a kink unto itself, that's great.
You're like pissing. Ew. I was watching. Spoiler alert. I'm gonna give you time. Noah's Ark. Spoiler alert. Do you mind if I say it to you?
Do it.
So, in Noah's Ark, one of the characters, the professor, he's with his partner, and his partner's like, oh, I want to bring in a third. And it's like, oh, you want to have a threesome? And he's like, no, I want to watch. And he's like, I want to watch you get fucked. He's like, oh, great. He said, we should bring in a top. He goes, you want a bottom? He goes, no, I want to watch. Great. So they find a guy. The guy comes in. He fucks his boyfriend. He's watching. He goes downstairs. He gets himself a little drink, the one who just got fucked. And then he looks at the other one. And then he's like, was that hot? And then the guy looks at him and goes, you're a slut. And I was watching like, what the fuck just happened? Like, you asked for the top to come fuck your boyfriend. I mean, and I was like, is this a new kink? Is slut shaming part of the kink? Girl, he was dead. It was his ex who had died, and he was like in his brain trying to get over the trauma of losing his partner.
Wow.
And he was judging himself for having sex. It was actually really emotional.
That's emotional.
Like, I was like, and I was like, wow, I've never seen that used as a tactic in a film. I've seen a lot of stuff just get done over and over again. Just like, it's just so.
Yeah, but that's beautiful.
Honestly.
That's so interesting.
How beautiful was that?
Yeah, that's really cool.
I got to say, how much do you, because you know the comedian Sommore?
Yeah.
When I tell you I am such a big fan of hers,
Yeah, I love her.
If I ever saw Sommore in real life, I would probably start crying because Queens of Comedy
She's amazing.
got me into stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Sommore.
Yeah.
And Sommore has this bit about how when she's not in a movie, people are like, damn, you fell off. And she's like, I am a comedian. Mm-hmm. Like, I act and stuff, but I am a stand-up comedian.
Right.
I feel like you're a really good actor.
Oh, thank you.
But are you into acting as much as you're into stand-up?
I do. I love acting. I love doing it, but I am a comedian. But I definitely would love to do more acting. That would be great.
What's the kind? Like, do you want because I mean, the most recent movie I saw you was Fire Island, and I thought you were so good in that.
Thank you.
But are you interested in more of like a? Do you want like a meaty, like serious, like
Yeah.
tears and.
I would love it. Or like even like an action thing. I would love anything. You know, to me it would be really exciting.
I have used your name for clout before.
Oh, good.
I have.
Good.
I gotta be honest with you.
You should.
But in my defense, they brought it up.
Yeah.
They brought it up. I didn't just go because my mom, rest in peace. My mom did this thing. One time my mom picked me up from the airport, and then she's like, "We gotta stop by Walmart for something." I said, "Okay, let's stop by Walmart." And my mom's like looking around the Walmart, not like she's looking for stuff. My mother, she knows where everything's in. She goes to Walmart all the time. She knows where stuff is. But she's really being weird by the bakery. I'm like, "What are you doing? Why are you by the bakery? Like, do you need a cake?" And she's like, just give me a second. Just give me a second. And then she sees this guy. She goes, and then she goes, "See, I told you my son was Bob the Drag."
Oh, wow.
I told you my son was Bob the Drag Queen. He's here. And then the guy was like, she's like, ah. And I was like, Mom, that didn't come up organically.
Oh.
You saw a gay guy.
That's sweet.
You saw a black gay guy. And you said, my son's Bob the Drag Queen.
Because she's so proud of you.
But she made it seem like somehow either she got recognized from TV, which it had been years after her episode. She was on Drag Race for like 10 seconds. I was like, Mom, this man did not recognize you. You sought out a black gay man.
Oh.
And then you were like, my son's Bob the Drag Queen.
That's beautiful.
It is pretty cute.
I think that's really wonderful.
But that's not what I did. So we were talking, and it was because do you know how much like young Asian people love you?
I love them.
You must know, right?
Yeah, it's
like,
wonderful.
Like especially young queer Asian people, like, and they were like, you know Margaret fucking Cho? I was like, yeah, I know Margaret Cho. And they were like, they were like, I don't even know what I would say if I saw her. I don't even know what I would do. I would just lose my. And I was like, yeah, I know Margaret fucking Cho.
Oh, I love that.
Does your family do that with you ever?
My parents are now Whitney Cummings landlords because she rented their house, and so every day they go, "Do you know Whitney Cummings? She rent out Whitney Cummings. Do you see Whitney Cummings?
What?
Whitney Cummings
with the baby?
Yeah.
Whitney Cummings being a mother is M. Night Shyamalan couldn't have written a twist that like hard to find. Who would have ever thought? No shade.
Yeah.
But like in her like 40s.
So interesting. Yeah, she's great.
Or late
so
30s. I don't know how old she is. Hey Google, how old is Whitney Cummings? 42.
Wow.
And the baby's probably 2.
Yeah.
So she's probably like right around the time she turned 40.
Yeah.
I mean, do people ask you about kids?
Oh, they asked me, why I don't have any, or if I wanted them. I don't. I mean, I'm not a. Do you want kids?
You know what? The truth is, I don't know. I used to be a firm no.
Yeah.
I was like a firm, I don't want kids. I'm not interested in having kids under any circumstances. And then there was a pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I think I have to have a kid. And then the baby is obviously not here. So obviously the baby is not here. And then I was like mourning this. And I was like, and then I actually started like actively being like, I'm going to have a kid.
Yeah.
But I think that's from the loss of the baby.
Yeah.
And now I've kind of like calmed down a little bit. So I don't know. Do I want kids? I don't know. I literally don't have an answer. But I also feel like if you don't know if you want kids, then maybe you shouldn't be having kids.
Well, I think you would be the most cunt parent, though.
Oh.
That would be so fierce.
Baby. Let me tell you right now, my niece, who, it really hurt my feelings when my niece stopped thinking I was cool. Nevaeh, if you're watching, that hurt my feelings. Because my niece was I did this number where I had this huge wig on my head, but the wig was my niece, and she jumped off and we started dancing together on HBO. And she was 11 at the time. I think she'll be 16.
Yeah,
she'll be 16 this year, and I don't think she thinks I'm cool anymore.
How could that be possible? How could that be possible?
It's just the way that like everyone gushes over you, and your parents are like, yeah, but Whitney Cummings.
Yeah, Whitney Cummings.
Yeah. Like your family, they're so used to Margaret Cho. They're like, yeah, Margaret. Yeah. I used to change her shitty diapers, but Whitney Cummings. Your family will never go up for you the way that like.
Yeah.
Do you ever find that when you meet people, they're always like, You are my brother's favorite. You are my sister's. Like, I feel like I never meet my fans. I'm always meeting my fans' partners and best friends.
Yeah, it's always their boyfriend. My boyfriend is obsessed with you.
Are they doing that because they're like embarrassed
I
to say?
think they're embarrassed to say me.
Right?
You know, I think they are their fan, but if I'm a fan of somebody, I always tell them, I'm your biggest fan. I love you. Dying.
I would like to say, whenever I do my Only Child podcast, it's really more of a conversation than an interview. I'm not really good at interviews.
You're great at it.
But I love conversations, though.
You are great, though.
I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Who's famous?
Madonna.
Madonna is famous. So now we're up here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now who's still famous? Okay, like, you're famous, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you probably don't get recognized everywhere you go.
No, I don't get recognized anywhere.
No.
Very, very rarely.
Is it because you used to be bigger, do you think?
I think because I lost some weight. I think also because I'm super low key.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I walk around and have a little dog, I'm very kind of like, I'm not flashy. I don't really go to Hollywood things.
Yeah.
So I'm never in the context of like where a quote unquote famous person's going to be.
Do you like being around people?
Yes. Yes. But I'm selective about it. You know, like I like to sort of, you know, I'm pretty introverted. So I like to go and do things and socialize to extent. But, you know, then I like to pull back.
You're like the first one to leave.
Yeah, always. Always.
I want to be the last one. I want to help you put dishes away.
That's nice.
I want to be at the door saying goodbye like it's my house.
That's loving.
I'm like, bye. We'll see you soon. But I don't actually host things at my home. I host events at Monet's home.
Okay.
But I don't want people at my house.
No. Well, you need a safe space.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'll invade Monet's space. I'll store Monet's home like the Capitol.
Yeah.
Honey. But my place is a sacred.
Yeah.
But I'm not really a home. Like, are you a homemaker? Like, are you decorating stuff?
Yeah, I am.
Can I envision what I think your home looks like?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I think that the tones are like red, green, brown, tan.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's right.
And yellow.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Okay. I think that you are more interested in finding things like either at like a flea market, a thrift store, a Facebook marketplace, even on the street, than you are in going to like some fancy.
That's true.
Am I
You're psychic.
Nostradamus? This is insane.
Yeah.
There is a macrame pot holder somewhere.
Yes.
What?
There's a couple. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. There's a couple.
Are you with me?
No.
Okay. And it's either like one level large or split level, like 2 levels.
It's 2 levels.
I mean, the only other option was 3. The other option was like you own a high rise and there's a pool. No. Okay, I should stop when I was ahead.
No, I've always wanted a pool.
Can you swim?
I can swim. I'm a strong swimmer. I was a swim team as a teenager.
What else did you do in high school?
I was a theater person and basketball.
You can play basketball?
I can play basketball.
I'm gonna name a few comedians.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me if you think you can beat them in basketball.
Okay.
I'm gonna name some that I think you probably can't beat, but it's all based on stereotypes.
Yes.
Let's start with Rosie O'Donnell. Can you beat Rosie O'Donnell in basketball?
I think I could beat Rosie O'Donnell at basketball.
I would be shocked if Rosie O'Donnell beat you in basketball.
Yeah.
Leslie Jones.
I don't think I could beat Leslie Jones at basketball.
If you beat Leslie Jones at basketball, that would be the craziest thing in the world. She's 6 foot tall.
She's taller, and she has more. She has like probably easier time with the ball and stuff. Yeah, I think she would beat me easily.
And she's mentioned playing basketball in her stand-up.
She would be a strong player. Yes.
Whitney Cummings, but you have the dog on you, and she's wearing the baby Bjork.
Oh gosh, I think that's pretty much. She's quite athletic. So
but you have to have the dog on you.
Yeah, and she'd have to have a baby, so that's definitely good handicaps for both.
Yeah,
that'd be good. I think she could. I think she would beat me because she's pretty athletic.
Yeah, she is like kind of freakishly athletic.
Yeah, she's very strong.
And it's not just skinny. She's like
she's really very athletic, very muscly person. Yeah.
I went to her home one time.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
Is this the one that she rents from?
No, it's a different home. But her actual estate is phenomenal.
So I was out there. When you go to like really, really rich people's houses, they never have cell phone coverage.
No.
They are living in places that the rest of us can't access.
Right.
And there's no, so like you walk in and she's like, here's the Wi-Fi code.
Yeah.
It's like one of those places. And there's like horses and like
it's phenomenal.
palatial estate.
It's so beautiful.
How did your parents get hooked up with Whitney
So
Cummings?
I moved them to assisted living. So they have a house that they're renting. So it's for income, so they can pay for their assisted
in the Bay.
No. It's still in Southern California.
Got it.
But so they're renting it to her. Whitney Cummings. Do you know Whitney Cummings? Whitney Cummings. They're so excited about it.
Does the Bay go up for you when you go back home?
Yeah.
Atlanta goes up for me.
I love it.
And
they should.
My hometown, Columbus, Georgia, does not go up for me.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was.
Well, Atlanta claims you. That's good enough.
That's true.
That's really the best.
And if it's going to be between Columbus and Atlanta, no shade, Columbus. I mean, I was born in Columbus. I lived there until I was 9 years old. You're going to want to have Atlanta on your side before you have.
Atlanta's the best.
Before you have Columbus, Georgia.
I do love Atlanta.
I mean, Atlanta's beautiful. I mean, it's like you're in a city, but there's trees everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get to actually be in a city and have trees.
Mm-hmm.
And not like, no shade to LA, but these trees are sad.
Well, it's just like there's something about Atlanta. There's just I don't know, there's a lot of natural beauty there, but there's such diversity that's really comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I think it's the only place where white and black people really get along.
For the most part.
For the most part. But it's like a salt and pepper city.
There's also a really, really, really large Vietnamese population in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So my high school actually had more Vietnamese kids than white kids.
Wow. That's great.
Like way more. My school was almost all black.
Yeah.
And then like a lot of Vietnamese kids. And I remember this one Vietnamese kid who I never knew his real name. And it didn't occur to me that he was lying about his name. And I want y'all to know I'm not doing a bit. This is what he told me. Was his name, and we called him this until one day we were like at graduation, we were like, that's literally not your name. He told us his name was Hung, and he'd go, I am hung, and he kept saying I'm hung, and he goes, everyone knows I'm hung, and then his name was like David, but it wasn't his like name. He just wanted, his joke was, everyone calls me hung, and I went all the way through high school without realizing his name was like David.
Okay,
that's insane.
Were you near the Buford Highway? Is that where that was?
I was in Clayton County.
Okay.
So Clayton County is on the south side of Atlanta.
Yeah.
So the airport's in Clayton County.
Right.
Yes, for context. So I want to talk to you about your thoughts on comedy and its place in the world today. Mm-hmm. I have a theory, and I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Nanette kind of did something to comedy. Like Nanette, because if you guys don't know, Hannah Gadsby had a special called Nanette, where the premise is low key that she wants to quit comedy, and then she does a pretty traditional stand-up show for about 45 minutes, and in the last 15 minutes she delivers a gut punch, and she reveals that a joke. Spoiler alert! I don't think comedy officials have spoiler alerts, do they?
No.
Yeah, you don't. No. Yeah, there's no spoiler. At the end of the special, she reveals that a joke that she told, she had subverted the joke. So that people would laugh, but it was actually a tragic thing. But she actually kind of like changed the ending so that people wouldn't be uncomfortable. And then I guess my theory is like, did that special do something to the landscape of comedy?
I think it made us think about what we're saying more, and that it showed that comedy has more depth and power than we realize, and that we don't give words the credit that they're due. So I mean, that's why I love Hannah. Hannah's so deep. They're incredible.
Yeah.
But it's so true that that's why jokes that are directed in a nasty way, jokes that are racist, that are sexist, that are homophobic, transphobic, or whatever, they have so much more pain attached to them than people realize too. You know. And the right's misuse of this idea that freedom means they can use certain words. That really bothers me too, because it's like you don't understand the pain that's attached to the history of those words, you know? You seem really comfortable talking about really
vulnerable stuff on stage.
Yeah.
Almost to the point where, as an audience member, you're so comfortable with it that it seems like you don't even view it as vulnerability as much as you just view it as just like honesty and matter of fact.
Yeah.
Like, what is that about?
Well, in comedy, I've learned that vulnerability is strength. So the person that can be the most vulnerable is the strongest and has the likelihood of being the most funny. So it's almost like a game. The more vulnerable you can be as an artist, the stronger you are. So I think that's what I was trying to do constantly.
Have you ever gone too far with it? Have you ever like started crying on stage in like a comedy show?
I don't think so. Only because only in like the context of like I was doing a show for my friend Jill Sobiel who died, and we're like just talking about her, and I started doing an impression of her, and then I started crying because it was like horrible. But it was not out of a sense of like, I was just kind of realizing how excited she would have been if she had been there and heard me doing an impression of her.
Yeah.
Like it's like so to me that was so touching. But in general, no, I don't think so. I mean, that would be interesting.
That's the thing about grief. Grief is like, if you've never experienced like a grief, like specifically with loss of a life, you do not know how it's going to affect you.
Right.
You do not know when it's going to affect you.
Yeah.
Something that you joked about yesterday that was like actually hilarious and made you feel good about remembering this person, the next time you do it, it will just floor you.
Yeah.
Like you will just become unraveled. You know, I tried to talk about my mom on stage, like immediately following her death, and it was like, there were times where I was just like on a roll, and I was like, I'm paying tribute to my mom. Like I'm tributing my mother's life, and like it feels good, and everyone's laughing, and people are relating. There were times where I was like, oh, I shouldn't have started this because I can't funny my way out of this.
Right.
I mean, I've always found a way to funny my way out of it.
Yeah.
And even the tears and stuff, because I like to be honest on stage too. I noticed there's a kind of a thing where like a lot of comedians, they kind of break through when their comedy becomes personal and becomes less bits.
Yeah.
You know, like in the early aughts of some comedians career to be like, you ever notice that the son does this? And then by the end, they're like talking about their children or their families or their life or their trauma. And they just become better comedians.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I just see that a lot with you. And you are not afraid to talk about politics.
No. I'm interested in it. I mean, I'm interested in it. And it's also, if we don't, we're going to die. Like, we're going to die.
Well, a lot of comedians are like afraid to even go near it. And you will like walk out and immediately like first 2-3 minutes, like we're going right into it.
We have to, because I mean, you know, and I respect people who don't want to deal with it. That's fine. But that's all the news I consume.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all I'm so terrified and disgusted about what's happening.
My partner can only view it in small chunks. Like it is nonstop all day for me. Every day, if I'm on TikTok, it's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
It's the podcast I listen to. It's the debates I watch. It's the news I watch. Like literally all day long. And my partner's like, I can't before bed. Yeah. Or like, if we're getting ready to go out and go to dinner, I don't want to hear it right before dinner. But I'm just someone who's like, I have to like. Have you ever had a comedian try to tell you to like to stop doing that or something?
No. I think no comics would. No
one's gonna give you advice. No one's gonna give Margaret Cho advice.
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe when I was super young, people would say, "Don't be gay."
Stop being gay.
Stop being gay. But then, you know, that sort of didn't go anywhere. But now, no, I don't think anybody would say anything now.
There was a kind of a conversation too about like, I'm interested in your thoughts on this about accents and portraying people with accents or playing roles that have accents. And as an Asian person, like have you ever had any thoughts on this or been asked to do something you weren't comfortable doing or done something that made other people, Asian people, uncomfortable? Like, would you stop doing that kind of thing?
No, I mean, I don't have a problem doing an accent. Whitney Cummings, because
you will do it. Yeah.
That's my life. It's like my real life.
Yeah. How are you if your mother has an accent? How would you say something she said without doing her accent?
Yeah. I think it just sort of like, I think people are are uncomfortable when accents are used in order to separate yourself from the community that you're talking about or to denigrate the community somehow. But I think there's a way to utilize them in a way that just is being in the moment of it, you know?
Have you been asked to play a character with an accent?
A lot, yeah. I've done it a bunch of times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And how do you feel when you're asked to do that?
I'm fine with it. You know, like if I was on SVU. I was on Law and Order SVU. And I played a human trafficker who had an accent. And of course she does because she's from China. Like it was like she's trafficking people from China. Like it just to me is very real. So I don't have a problem with it. Like I think when I was really young, they would cast me as I was in the TV show that was the movie House Party. You know how Kid and Play?
Yeah, do I know Kid and Play? Of course.
So they had a pilot, and so it was me and Chris Cross and like
you did a show with Chris Cross?
Yeah, Chris Cross and Monique was in it, and Shanice was in it.
Oh my God!
And all these people,
icons.
Really,
Chris Cross, if you're watching, comment below.
It's Ed Lover and all these people. So I was in it, and I was like cast as a black woman, and they would put me in like a very big hairdo. And
did they darken your skin?
No.
Oh.
But I did have like, you know,
a black accent.
You know, so it was really like, now I would find that super uncomfortable. But this was like in the late 80s, early 90s. It was really exciting.
You think Aquafina watched that and that's what she... I don't know, Aquafina, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
But it's like one of those things, she's my baby, but it's like one of those things where, you know, back then it was something, because as an Asian person, it was so hard to be seen. So we thought, well, maybe we'll be seen as black. And that was really gratifying as well.
Here's an interesting question I have, especially like I think I do not consider myself a trailblazer in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But when you think about the trailblazers who have done things and then it became easier for people who did them after them. And then I have this feeling like I really wish that like the people who did it first could have an opportunity to do it now. Do you ever have any of that when like, because like I feel like right now there's like a really big boom where like there is a lot of Asian representation that we were not seeing before.
Yeah.
And like part of me is like, I wish that Margaret Cho would have been able to be a part of this when she was like in her 20s and her 30s.
It would have been great.
You know?
But, you know, it's things happen as they do. And now I can be the mom and everything, which I love too. So it's nice. It's nice that it's finally happened. There's something. I find you a trailblazer, though. This is how. You're a trailblazer in that you made really certain proof that a drag queen can really be a stand-up comedian.
Thank you.
That's true. Like, because a lot of people just think of drag as funny, but it's not stand-up comedy. But you are actually living proof that you can actually go from drag to stand-up comedy.
Well, I mean, thank you. And obviously there's tons of people like Lily Savage and Flame Monroe and Bianca Del Rio,
yes,
who are older than me and have also done it and have also, you know, done it as well. But it kind of sucks that like, I mean, Lily Savage has done things that I would never be able to do. She was like a massive hit. She had her own TV show in the UK, for crying out loud. But like, it sucks that like those people didn't get to have the opportunities that I'm having now, but they had to do it so that I could do this.
Yeah.
And I guess I feel a sense of like almost guilt for piggybacking off of their success or standing on their shoulders to be seen.
Yeah.
While looking over the fence, but no one can tell that I'm like literally standing on their shoulders.
Yeah, but everybody, you know, has the opportunity to go back and watch their work, and you know, all we have to do is like talk about them and you know remember them. It's great.
Have you ever had any jokes that you were like, I really wish I hadn't told that joke? And I'm not asking you to rehash the jokes. Or like I wouldn't do that now. I know I'm asking you to retrospect 43 years. You scanned hours and hours.
I don't know. Like everything had a purpose, you know? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. For me, like everything had a point and a purpose
Hmm.
to it.
When I was in college, I was kind of an edgelord, and I really wish I hadn't been. Like, I
Hmm.
just hate that I was like, when I was in college, like, to give you guys a concept of the landscape, like in 2004, for people, for millennials, like, dead baby jokes and Chuck
Hmm.
Norris jokes were like the rage.
Hmm.
And Chuck Norris jokes, because they were stupid, like Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups, he pushes the earth down. And then dead baby jokes were kind of like a combination of like, can this joke be clever,
Hmm.
but also how shocking can this
Yeah.
joke be?
Yeah.
And I would say that like 80% of the dead baby joke is shocking.
Right.
And I didn't do it on stage,
Hmm.
but I did it like with my friends and stuff, and I was just really into, like, I don't know, I was like 18. I just wanted to be edgelord so bad.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that kind of humor, I love to indulge in that with my friends, like dumb things. But it's like when you take something to the stage, you have to be accountable for it much later. That's the thing. The one thought of one joke that I didn't like that I don't tell anymore, but that had a bad impact. So I talk about, as I got molested by my uncle, and my mom said, "Oh, he already raped your aunt, so you're not special," and like.
That is crazy.
It's so funny to me.
I'm not gonna lie, it is.
It's so funny to me, but people get super upset. And like my parents don't understand what it means. They go, Whitney Cummings. They don't know what it means.
All your parents say now is Whitney Cummings.
Do you know Whitney Cummings? That's all they care about. But I think it's really funny. But then all I'm talking about is like molestation after that, which is like, it's fun. I wish that there was another way to talk about it, but I thought it was funny.
So you got like confronted after the show, or like online?
This is just like years of talking to people about who have seen the joke, and they're like, well, that's, or even people like, or even when doing it, the people wouldn't laugh because they get upset. They're just like upset about like molestation. They're upset about like, I think that if you as a survivor telling jokes about the act of surviving, it's really heroic, but it's actually really hard to do.
I mean, one of the last things I'll say before we get out of here is this. Like, I'm really intrigued by, like, I feel like when you're a singer, you can write a song about a tragedy that happened yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And people will be like, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like a lyrical dancer, you can do a dance about the most horrific tragedy that's ever happened in the world. You can paint a depiction of a brutal murder, or something that references that, even if it's abstract. You're like, this is about this thing that happened to me or to a certain group of people. But something about the art form of comedy, they're like, you can't laugh about it. But I'm intrigued. Sometimes I'm saying, like, if, for example, if I take that joke that you told, it's not laughing at the act that happened to you. It's, the joke isn't about, isn't it funny that I had this horrible thing happen to me? It's like, I'm coping with it, and this is a thing that happened, and that happened to me, and this thing over here was funny. The act itself was not funny,
Mm-hmm.
but this thing happened in the aftermath, in the wake of something that happened to me, and I am using humor as a way to tell the story on stage. But the joke isn't about the fact that something bad happened to you.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is about humor as this stand-up comedy, as this art form, that people are like, you can't use humor. In my opinion, as long as the joke isn't like, isn't it hilarious that 9/11 happened? Like, how funny that 9/11. I have a big chunk of my show that's about 9/11. And it's not about, the jokes are not ha 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 9/11. The jokes are millennials dealing with 9/11
Mm-hmm.
in high school, and how we all have this common thing, because in my opinion, millennials were so unique in reference to 9/11, because Gen X and older, y'all were adults at school.
Yeah.
And then Gen Z was either literally not alive,
Mm-hmm.
or babies.
Right.
And we were like teenagers,
Yeah.
processing the biggest event that's ever happened on American soil.
Yeah.
So that, because we all have this shared experience, But the joke itself isn't 9/11.
Yeah.
The joke is we went through the same thing, and we're
Right.
laughing about the things that happened because they were just so absurd.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about like jokes about tragedies and
I think it's important. I think that we should talk about those kinds of things. I mean, we should talk about collective trauma because that's a way to heal it. And I think humor is a powerful way to heal it and the only way. So it's great. I think the more that we do, the better off we are as a society.
I want to just quickly thank you for always being so nice to me.
You're the best.
You were like, I'm telling you, like, ever since the first time I met you, I feel like I remember a moment where our friendship really clicked. And it was in Austin, Texas, when I ran into you in the hotel lobby.
Yeah.
And I was like, Margaret? And you were like, Bob. And then you invited me to your show that night. I ended up not making it because me and my boyfriend ended up arguing. Oh, my God. It was like a blowout argument. It was like a crazy. Anyway, that's not what the story's about. But I feel like something about that moment, you and I just became like friends.
Yeah.
As opposed to like passing acquaintances.
Yeah, I love that.
And you're just always, I don't know, you're always so nice to me, and it means a lot to get compliments from someone that you look up to, especially artistically.
You're very special.
Because when you get a compliment from when someone compliments your art, but
It's the best.
But if you don't think they're that great, it doesn't mean as much. Is that shady?
No.
Like if someone who you don't find funny is like, you were so funny, I'm like, yeah, of course I am. Funnier than you, bitch.
So true. So true.
All right. Margaret, do you have anything coming up that you want to talk about?
I'm over my food poisoning.
Nice. Congratulations. Food poisoning stinks.
It sucks. Yeah.
I got to say, I'm going to rank body pain. For me, way at the top, I mean the top one, teeth. If your teeth hurt,
horrible.
Honestly, I'm calling out of everything.
Yeah.
Like if your teeth hurt, I can't do anything.
No.
Next, your stomach. If your stomach can hurt so bad that you can't stand up straight.
Yeah.
And also like the
awful.
There have been times, I'm sorry, it's going to get blue, guys, but times like where you're like yourself so bad and then like the smell of the is hurting your stomach.
Yeah.
And then the whole cycle just starts. I don't know how I got here.
It's so bad.
I don't know how I got here. And then you can't tell if the room smells like anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're like, it's been smelling like for so long. Does it smell like in here? And someone's like, no, it's good. I'm like, no, I think it's in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me at the end is headaches. I don't get headaches that bad.
Yeah,
headaches. I don't get headaches that bad. My boyfriend gets like really bad migraines.
Yeah.
So my headaches I could do anything with a headache.
Mm-hmm.
How are you with headaches?
I'm pretty bad with headaches too.
Do you get migraines though?
No.
I feel bad for people with migraines. And by the way, if you have someone in your life who gets migraines, y'all, it's not just a headache.
No, it's all encompassing.
It's like it is nausea. It affects your vision.
Right.
It affects your equilibrium.
Yeah.
Like if someone gets migraines, I'm telling you, just listen to them. That is not a headache, baby.
No, it's so much more.
It's the difference between like, a mosquito bite and a gunshot wound.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're genuinely just not the same thing. So congratulations on getting over your food poisoning.
Thank you.
Do you know what gave it to you?
I think old mashed potatoes.
Can potatoes give you food poisoning?
Well, I think if they're out for a long time and they're old.
Did you make them? Damn, it be your own people. It was you.
It was me.
The call came from inside the house.
It was me the whole time.
If you get food poisoning at a restaurant, can you go right back immediately?
Yeah.
You can, really?
Yeah, I think so.
You can get healthy and go right back to the same place?
I think so, yeah. If I'm attached to the food, if I really like it, yeah, I think so.
Something affects me. If I bite into a piece of like a chicken tender or something and it's raw, I can't eat chicken for like a month.
Yeah, that would be gross. That would be bad.
And I need a reset to go back to the food that made me sick.
Yeah.
I need like maybe 2 months.
Yeah.
I can't go back immediately.
I think I could, but I don't know. Now I don't know.
Last question I'll ask you. I don't know why my mind goes all over the place. I was talking to a friend recently, and this guy ate his ass, but he didn't want to kiss him afterwards.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
I mean,
that's more of a comment on your ass.
Yeah,
it is on the eater.
I mean, is it because the kissing was too intimate?
I think it's because he's like, your mouth was just on my.
So his all in his like.
And I guess he thought his mouth was dirty because it was on his.
I don't think so. I mean, assholes in general are really not that dirty. They shouldn't be.
Especially if you're having sex.
If you're kissing them, they shouldn't be dirty.
But he was like, he said, you can't kiss me. Your face is just my.
Yeah, that seems odd.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, that's weird to me.
I agree. And I think that's where we're going to end
Okay.
our conversation.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
I love you.
All right, bye, everyone.